And I believe it's vital that we understand our audience so that we can connect with people's reality, with our ideas, with our philosophy, with our principles. And so we wrote a couple of articles in this pandemic. These are on 100yearlifestyle.com. It's a free online magazine. That book is the second edition that you have. The third edition never got written. It got written as an ongoing free magazine to get to the world, to take our ideas to the world in a way that gets them to want lifetime care, so that they want it. Write this down. So people want it for themselves. So people want care for themselves. How different does your world look if all the people that are coming into your practice want the care for themselves? I mean, I decided a long time ago, I do not want to spend my entire life making people get something that they don't want. How stressful is that? So what's the better question? How do we get people to want it for themselves? Answer that question, and you have a big idea. And how do we get it to want it for themselves without our mouth moving very much? Like if we sewed our mouth shut and we couldn't talk ever again and our staff couldn't talk ever again. How do we still make that happen, that they want it for themselves? So that we can go to Phoenix or Sedona or Santa Fe or wherever it is, or South Carolina, the Palms. How do we get them to want it for themselves? And how do we get them to live without fear? Well, we educate them. And guess what? It's making a difference. We put another article out about fear. Fear is a weapon. Letting people know that fear is being used as a weapon against you. That you should have confidence in your innate intelligence and your body's ability to fight infection. 100-year-old people are healing from COVID and all kinds of other things. And you can too if you're not afraid and you think differently. And watch, when you have great content that's doing it for you, here's what you get. You ready? Write this down. Freedom. You get freedom. I learned a long time ago in practice that if more patience and more volume is not easier, nobody will do it. So we have to figure out, if we want bigger practices and bigger businesses, more, that we have to make more easier than less was. Interesting, right? Truth. Truth. Yes. So these are some of the ways that we make it happen. And I tell patients all the time, I say, listen, just because I'm not afraid doesn't make me reckless. Because people say, oh, you're not wearing it, you're reckless. No, I'm not reckless. Just because I'm not afraid, it doesn't make me reckless. I understand how the body works. I am not carrying anything to give you. You don't need to be afraid of me. If that worked, that mask worked, you shouldn't need to be afraid of me anyway. I'm not afraid of you, and you don't need to be afraid of me. Which, by the way, in my opinion, is a very big deal in this world today. You have kids. I talk to everybody. We were talking last night, every mind matters. Who was I talking to about that? Every mind matters. Every single mind matters today. We're bamming, bam, 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 bam in the world. Lots of minds through podcasts and online stuff and one-on-one. And every mind matters today. So if you're a purpose-driven person and you want to make a difference, then you realize the importance of every mind.